So earlier today, I had the pleasure of leading a webinar, which is one of my most popular webinars of the year. It is all about the Lunar New Year. And if you didn't get a chance to catch it, I highly recommend you do because there was a lot of fantastic information in it. And it is talking about how we can line ourselves up, get congruent, really join forces with the energy that is ushering in on this new lunar year, which begins next week. Monday evening is the New Year's Eve, and Tuesday is the New Year's Day. And we're going into this year of the pig. So I did an entire webinar. The replay will be up through the weekend. So I'll put the link in the comments below for you, and you can access that. But, one of the things that's really interesting as I was reviewing all the information and starting to really feel into the energy of the pig, it is so much about pleasure, and it's so much about your own power. And, we had this great discussion, and there were some wonderful questions at the end of the webinar. And what I realized is, a lot of times people don't put power and pleasure together. Like power, I think, has gotten this really bad rap. And I think it's also very misunderstood, or it's confused with the idea of force. See, a lot of people think they're being powerful when they're really actually being forceful. And there's a vast difference. There's a fantastic book written by David Hawkins. Yeah, David Hawkins, who wrote a book called Power versus Force. And so what most people talk about and think about when they're talking about power, they're really talking about being forceful. And that's not powerful. That's just kind of bullying, frankly. When we talk about power, you're so welcome for the webinar. I'm so glad you were on it, Barry, and thanks you for being here. So when we talk about power, what we're really referring to, of course, is like that personal power. We're talking about Mojo. We're talking about the universal life force. It's the same stuff that makes the grass grow, that makes the sun shine, that makes the, ocean flow, that, animates the animals, that animates us. That's power. And when you can actually tap into it, and when you can harness that for yourself in your own life and learn to channel it to create your life, to craft your dreams, to go after your goals, to live into the vision for yourself, that's power. But if you're when you're pushing, and when you're being forceful, and you're like trying to make it happen, which, by the way, I did for a long time in my life. And if any of you can relate to that, let me know, comment, because I know I'm not out there alone. It's frankly what got me started in doing the women's work that I do. Because that kind of power is actually, again, it's not power, it's force. And that is mainly utilizing the masculine energy. We need both. It's not about getting rid of masculine energy, right? But for women, it's about, and for men, it's really about navigating between the two. And when we do sink into our bodies, which is where pleasure starts to come in, right? So when we sink into our bodies, when we begin to utilize our senses, when we start to enjoy the moments and the conscious use of our senses, and having that awareness of a moment by moment experience, then life becomes so much more pleasurable. And in that pleasure, you can access your mojo, which again is truly your power. So when you think about it, really begin to shift the perspective of what power truly is, and how pleasure will increase your level and your capacity with your own power. And so we had a great talk about this, because this year of the pig, that's starting next week. And yes, I'm out in the world today doing the MojoMoment. But we had such a great conversation, because the pig, this wonderful pig energy that's coming in, the pig is like super, think about it, right? pigs, they like to roll around in the mud. They like to eat a lot. They're known to be kind of gluttonous, which you got to be careful for this year. But like pigs know how to have pleasure. They know how to like feel good and roll around and be in their body and, just enjoy the moment. And so that's something that you're encouraged to do that all the time, but certainly since we're rolling into this energy for the year. And that will help you to tap back into your own power. So, this is what I wanted to chat with you about today and offer that to you. And it's starting to get very noisy. So as they start to shut down over here, I'm going to wish you adieu. It's a little quickie shorty today. And it is your Mojo Moment, happening once a day, live 365. Again, if you missed the webinar today, I will put the link below because also I made a very, very special brand new announcement that is going to be available only through midnight on Sunday. And that one's just for the ladies. So do check out the webinar because it's pretty juicy and it offers you can get a free ticket to my live event. So check it out. I look forward to, and ask if you have any questions, certainly tag me below. All right. And I look forward to bringing you the next moment mañana, once a day, 365 live, you and me, baby, you and me. All right. That's your Mojo Moment. I'm Deborah Kagan, and I'll see you later. Bye for now.